Tens of thousands of Iraqi translators jeopardized their lives to help the U.S. military, contractors, and journalists during the Iraq War. When U.S. forces pulled out, they left many of those translators behind. They are now, as one nonprofit group put it, the most hunted class in Iraq. Joining me is former Iraqi translator Ibrahim. Ibrahim, what was life like for you in Iraq when you worked as a translator? Were you in a war zone, and how dangerous was it?
It was full of danger. It was like really dangerous life. I would say it's the top dangerous job in the world. I mean, you're working alone with the U.S. military, putting your life in danger, and at the same time you're still thinking about your family, living in the neighborhood behind, and you're just worried about like what if they're gonna go in and they're gonna find out who you are, and they're gonna go straight to your family. It's really dangerous, and you're always worried about what's gonna happen. What if I'm gonna die down here? What's my family gonna react? What's gonna happen? How? It's a lot of questions, and it's really dangerous job.
The war is over. Now, the American forces have pulled out. Now, what is life like for these people who once worked as translators for the United States?
It's different. It's a different life. I mean, since they work. I mean, are you talking about the one who was in who's still in Iraq, or the one in the States?
Iraq.
It's a lot of people left. A lot of people moved out of their houses.
Why?
Because they're still like they have fear of they're gonna find out who they were, and they work for the U.S. military. They had like, and what I heard like 2 or 3 years ago, the United States military, they have passed the list of the names for the Iraqis interpreters who work with the U.S. forces to the Ministry of Interior. So a lot of people moved out of their houses. They changed cities. They went to different areas or different neighborhoods, and they're still in fear. Every single day they still asking the same question about.
But why are they in fear? Who's going after them?
It's, you know how is Iraq right now. Iraq, it's unstable. There is a lot of organization, assassination going on. There is protest, a big protest against the government, and the government, they're corrupted.
Now, your cousin also worked as a translator in Iraq for U.S. forces. What happened with him?
Yes, my cousin, he died. He died in Iraq along with 6 soldiers.
How?
In a house bomb in Bakuba. He was in a mission to go, and they got information about the house. It was full of Al-Qaeda. They went into the house, they raided the house, and it was trigger house. The house all blew up.
And I understand that the U.S. Army captain whom he worked with, Blake Hall, worked very hard to bring his family, his mother and his siblings here. How are they doing?
Yes. I would thank Blake Hall. I mean, gosh, he's an amazing person. He kept his promise for the family. He's a family member right now. He worked real hard to bring the family here. The family, they're so pleased to have a person like him and keep his promise as an officer for the United States military. And they're very happy. They have a different life right now. They don't have no fears about like when they're gonna get in, or what if they find out the family son who died along with 6 soldiers in Iraq. So they're excited. They just start a new life.
How easy is it for these translators who've been left behind in Iraq to get visas to come to the United States?
It's hard. It's really hard. I mean, first of all, they have to go through the checkpoints, and they have to go for the interview, and they have to get like a lot of stuff. Me personally, I still have a couple of friends I have still behind. They're in Iraq right now. They couldn't get a visa. And it's sad. I mean, they fought along with the U.S. forces. They've done the mission, and some of them, they have been shot before. Some of them, like, they put their life in danger, and now they couldn't.
Ibrahim, we're going to have to close it there. Thank you so much for
speaking
to us today.